Welcome to Fairly Intellectual, more than just the weather, with Handsome and Scuzz.
Woo!
No. Pearl Harbor happened. We dropped bombs. They sunk the Lithuanian, and then we...
The Lusitania?
The Lithuanian.
The Lusitania?
No.
That was like the 60s.
They sunk the Lithuanian ship in the English Channel, and then the survivors invaded the beach of Normandy, and we won World War II.
Okay. I'm pretty sure that's how it happened.
That's what I was taught in school.
You didn't pay attention.
Did anybody?
I paid attention in history.
To all the fucking false bullshit they fed us?
I don't think I was that awake yet. I think I kind of ate it up. Well, I mean, I knew that there was like shit that they omitted, but I didn't think of it as systematic as I do now.
You think they systematically omit information in public?
Well, you have to, everybody fucking says it, but nobody really fucking thinks about it. Everybody's always like, oh, history is written by the victor. Well, yeah, it is, and that's what you learn. You say it all the time, but you don't fucking practice it.
What does that even mean?
What?
History is written by the victor, and it's something we say, but it's not something we practice.
Yeah, but nobody thinks about like the way like Union soldiers treated captured Confederates, and like, you know, history's written by the victor, so they omit those shitty parts.
About the way the Union.
Yeah, you should. If you're gonna,
Confederates.
Yeah, like, if you're gonna study history, you have to look at both sides of the fucking coin.
Shouldn't we be like, fuck the Confederacy?
No. What was so wrong? They wanted their own fucking. They didn't agree with the morals that the Union had.
They wanted to keep slaves.
That's their choice.
It's bad.
It is bad, but that's their choice.
Yeah, but their freedom to make that decision directly infringes on the freedoms of the slaves they were trying to keep.
Yeah, but it's still their choice.
Yeah, but their choices are infringing on the choices
Everybody's
of others.
choice is going to infringe on somebody else's choice.
Not always.
A lot of the time.
Someone's choice to smoke weed isn't infringing on the choice of another person.
But there's people that'll tell you that it will.
How?
I don't know. I'm not going to make that argument. Somebody smoking weed is infringing on somebody's right to not have you smoke weed because they believe that when you smoke weed, it makes you a bad person. So they think you're infringing.
But how does that affect them directly?
It doesn't. Neither did slavery affect the Union directly.
No, but it affected the slaves.
It affected the slaves, sure, but that was that was their mindset.
Yeah, but fuck their mindset. Think of the mindsets of the slaves.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah.
But
so the North went down and was like...
Okay, first of all,
No, let's not go there yet. Let's hold off on there just yet.
Okay.
So... I'm speaking on like human ethics here, or ethics in general. I hate ethics. I'm gonna put a disclaimer out there. I think it's a waste of time, but I'm talking about like freedom. Okay, now if someone is making a free choice, good for you. If that free choice is infringing on someone else's free choice, that's where you gotta draw the line. It's black and white. It's black and white there. So if someone's free choice is to own a slave, and that slave choice is not to be a slave, there's conflict there.
Sure. So, I'm not saying that there's not.
So the North comes down and says, no. So when the history is being written by the victor, and we're not going to take the perspective of the Confederacy, well, okay, because they weren't allowing...
So they're not a person now because we don't have to think of because they're doing the wrong thing, we don't have to think of them as people anymore?
No, we're not thinking of them not as people, but we're thinking of them as wrong.
So you're saying because they were doing the wrong thing, we were justified in doing the wrong thing to them?
Were we doing the wrong thing?
Yeah, we were imprisoning them and not feeding them.
Well, I didn't know about that.
That's the basis of the argument that I just started.
Oh, well, go carry on. Inform me.
The treatment of, I mean, it was both sides. I mean, the Confederate treated captured Union soldiers like shit too, but they don't really even talk about that.
Yeah, war's fucking ugly, dude.
It is ugly.
How you look at it, like, you can't, like... Yeah, history is written by the victor, and the victor is going to admit the terrible things they did. they're also omitting the terrible things the enemies did, because like
no, they don't.
The bloodiest and gruesome parts of war are going in middle school and high school history.
Yeah,
they're going to omit those parts of what was happening.
Yeah,
like you learn about concentration camps, sure, and
right.
you learn about a degree of the atrocities that were happening and whatnot, but you don't learn like the full aspect. Like you're not watching, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but okay, when you talk about concentration camps, that's a whole fucking chapter in a history book.
Yeah.
Japanese internment camps is a paragraph.
Truth.
You know what I mean? Like that's victory. That's history being written by the victor.
Internment camps and concentration camps, there's a huge difference, though.
There is, but they still robbed people's freedom for no fucking reason.
Who all got sent to the internment camps?
Japanese Americans, I think, that could trace their lineage back to Japan by 2 generations or less.
Okay, because there were Japanese motherfuckers fighting in American forces, weren't there?
Yeah, but like they'd been here for a while.
Okay, it was like
I think it was like 2nd or 1st generation.
Okay, they weren't going to get sent to gas chambers though. They weren't getting starved.
No, but I'm not arguing that fact. I'm saying you're infringing on a person's. Like they should be talking about that more.
Yeah.
Like we fucked that up. Why did we do that? We didn't put German Americans in fucking internment camps.
Had Germany immigrated to America yet?
There was a lot of them, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's because like we had like their scientists and shit at the time.
No, that was Operation Paperclip. That was after World War II.
Are you sure? When did Einstein come here?
Oh well, yeah, like Einstein. I thought you were talking about like the mass like Nazi scientist roundup.
Oh yeah, that was post.
That was post World War II.
That's when we're like, yo, let's get all the Nazi smart like all.
And do we ever talk about Operation Paperclip in school? They don't even talk about like all the positive effects of like Nazis testing on human bodies and how much that did for the medical field.
I talk about it all the time.
I know you do, but they don't. Do they ever talk about that in school?
No. Not once have they mentioned that. I never took an anatomy class though. I never took like a medical class.
When you take a medical class, do you learn like the history of medicine?
I don't. I think you would.
Yeah. I think you would. Too.
I don't think you would spend a long time of it, but I feel like they would spend.
But it's so fucking useless. If you're going to be a doctor, what does it matter the history of it? It just seems like they put that in there, so you have to take another semester, so you have to pay them another $10,000.
I don't think they'd spend a semester on it. I don't even think they would test you on it. I think they would just cover the content.
It's in the syllabus.
It's not even like really in the syllabus per se. It's not going to be on the test, but they might spend a day where they're going to be like, or it's part of the discussion for the day.
When you talk about certain things, you talk about the people that pioneered it.
Like today we're going to talk about this procedure, and you're going to be tested on that procedure. But like 5 minutes out of the class period or whatever, they may talk about the history of how that procedure got figured out. You know what I mean?
That makes sense.
But again, I'm speaking on behalf of someone who's never taken a medical course or an anatomy class.
You should take one.
I should?
You should just take one so you know.
Maybe in the future